Welcome to the AACFB's 2023 Meet the Funder webinar series. My name is Monica Harper. I'm the Executive Director of the AACFB, and I'll be your host. Our presenter today is Tony Cimino from ROK Financial. ROK Financial is both a funding source member and a silver sponsor of the AACFB, and I'd like to thank them for their support of the association.
Monica, thank you so much for having us on. Apologies. No, thank you so much for having us on, and we're definitely big supporters of the AACFB community. And we've been excited and planned this, I think, back in February or early this year. We've been ready to jump on. So excited to get things going.
Awesome. I just want to remind everybody, you should see a Q&A box that allows you to ask questions. If you have any questions during the presentation, please submit your questions in the box and they'll be answered by the end of the webinar. It should take no more than about 30 to 45 minutes. And for those of you who'd like to review this webinar at a later date, it will be posted on the 2023 Meet the Funder page of the website, and it will be emailed out to the AACFB membership. At this time, I'll turn it over to Tony. It is all yours.
Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for joining. Super excited to get a chance to speak with you today, provide a little bit of background and insight into who ROK Financial is, what we do with members of the AACFB, and just kind of how we align. So just to give you a little bit of background, as well as some direct contact info for me. Maybe you've received some marketing from us in the past. Certainly wasn't from my email address, but you can take down my contact info. You can reach out to me directly. This is you can call or text my number anytime. We are embedded in the industry. We're a bunch of workaholics. So if you have questions or you want to talk business, we're all about it. We also do have our own webinar series, so if you want to check that out, you can check out our YouTube channel. Has tons of information about what we do and how we do it. But just a little bit of insight in us. We've funded over $200 million so far this year to more than 5,000 businesses. And we have over 12,000 active partnerships. So just some quick insights into us. That's the wrong direction. Now we're going the right way. I was taking a look at kind of what the AACFB stands for, and clicking around the About Us. I've spent some time in the forum, as I'm sure plenty of people have. And, there's a lot of great resources from the events to the forum to, all the people that you get to meet. But I just found it interesting, if you kind of compare our visions or what we do and how we do it, they're very, very similar. Our whole mission here is to simplify commercial financing for business owners so that they can take advantage of opportunities, solve their challenges. And the AACFB allows us to reach more people like yourselves, which allows us to then in turn help more business owners, right? So we're excited to be on today. Who's already working with us from the AACFB? We have brokers that are working with us. There's other funding sources that are working with us. If you're a service provider, you can certainly work with us. We have tons of different options at ROK Financial, and I think that's what kind of separates us or makes us a little different from some of the other members, who are highly focused in one area. We have a few different things that we have going on with us, and that's what I think brings some different insight or some different perspective to a relationship. We move very quickly, so if you do work with us and you send us a deal, you're going to see approvals in just a couple of hours, but no longer than 24 hours for an initial approval. We also onboard partners very quickly. Like we said, we have over 12,000 active partners. But basically, if you were somebody that was looking to get access to our products, to our programs, to even our portal where you can track some of this stuff, it's a pretty simple onboarding process. It shouldn't take you more than 20, 30 minutes to really get things going and really understand how to leverage us in the best way that you might know how. Some insight into the programs or lending that we offer. We offer unsecured lending, term loans, lines of credit, working capital, and cash advances. And then on the secured side of the business, where, things are tied to assets. We offer SBA funding, asset-based loans or AR or factoring programs. We offer equipment financing and commercial real estate products, from fix and flip and multifamily products to buy and hold, or, depending on what the exact scenario is. We offer a lot of different products to service a wide range of needs. So you may find a unique way or a unique niche to kind of use us in. And I think that's why so many different people partner with us. We're not trying to be everything to everyone. Excuse me. We're not trying to be everything to everyone. But, if there is a way, even one or maybe two products that you can leverage on our platform, we try to make sure that you can do that to the best of your ability and have all the resources needed to be able to work with us and work with us efficiently. We provide a ton of support. You get multiple points of contact. That's why we say you have a dedicated team here. You get multiple points of contact, somebody that's always available to go through your deals, go through your pipeline, get you access to whatever it is that that you might need access to. We provide a pretty stellar out-of-the-box partnership, I guess you could call it, a relationship amongst who works with us, right? We offer a ton of marketing support. You get landing pages, and you get access to flyers and brochures, and anything that you want to kind of drag your logo or branding onto. You can co-brand it, you can brand it yourself. There's a ton of marketing resources. We also, like I mentioned earlier, we have an interactive partner portal, and that portal lives in our Salesforce CRM. So if you're somebody that is working with us, you're getting a live look at your pipeline, and where that pipeline is. Regardless of stage or status, you're going to have a bird's eye view into everything. There's dashboards that give you a really good idea of your fundings and any of your historical data. So it's a full service partnership right through the portal, where you can access, like I said, all that marketing material, be able to upload new leads, access our CRM as well as our technology. You can access DocuSign on behalf of your customer there to be able to share a DocuSign application with them. So there's a lot of technology that's built out and support. But I would say that that's our out-of-the-box experience. You're going to get all of that. Our most savvy partners, or our best partnerships, are those that take a little bit of time to really understand how can they apply that, and then they provide us with some feedback and say, hey, you know what, this and this are great, but I need a co-branded, or I need a custom landing page that shows a couple other things, or I need I want to do some videos with you guys, or I want to partner more closely. That's where we really do some great work. So if you have some niches or some areas, clicked it too quick. If you have some niches or some areas, it's the Italian in me. I talk with my hands, sorry. If you have some niches or areas where we might be able to do business, let's talk about that, because you'd be surprised. We've done a lot of different unique things. We have a ton of experience. And most of all, 100% of our business comes through partnerships or through third-party sources. So we don't do any direct marketing or direct to business owner marketing. Once you've generated an opportunity, we look to help you get that funded. And that's really the goal for us, right? And what's the ultimate goal is making money on this business, right? And monetizing on the leads you generate. And that's why we offer so many different programs, is to be able to monetize regardless of what a business owner is looking for. So whether you're focused on equipment financing, or you're focused on SBA, or potentially cash advance or working capital, or you're somebody that is, you have a specified niche where you do your business, I'm sure you're aware of all these other products and services that are out there. These are gigantic markets. How can you help your business owner customers get access to them? Well, you could do that directly through us. And when you do, there is a major benefit. We pay aggressive commissions to all of our partners. But if you come through a source like this, like the AACFB, and we met you at an event, or we get you to sign up at the end of this webinar, we'll double your commission. I can assure you that. So if you didn't hear that loud and clear. We'll double your commission on the way in the door simply for coming through the AACFB. We offer an override program. If you're somebody that has a large network, or maybe you just want to make an introduction and not necessarily be involved in the funding at all, make the intro. We'll handle the partnership. We'll handle all the volume. And when we fund deals for your partner, you're going to get paid for it. So there's multiple ways to earn through us. You're going to get all the benefits of our relationships, any volume incentive bonuses or tiers that we're reaching. You're going to get access to all this stuff. So anytime we generate revenue, we're going to share in that with you as a partner of ours. I started to touch on the technology a little bit, but I did know this slide was coming, so I didn't want to go too deep into it. But like I said, you get access to our Salesforce CRM, where you can access DocuSign and get your customers the application more quickly. You can text it to them, you can email it to them. We can set that up on your behalf. We use some really great technology to be able to share social media content with you. So we have branded and non-branded social media content that we share through Bamboo. And you can access that and be able to share that information or share it as your own across LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, just to name a few. So if you're doing some social media marketing and you're looking for additional content, this is an easy way to get access to free content. You can share it across your channels. Everything tracks back to you, back to your partnership with us. We offer texting and we offer email campaigns. However you want to leverage the technology that we have, or the marketing machine that we can be for you, we can certainly do that and have a conversation about it. That's what's great about us is, yes, we are highly technology driven, but we're also people. We're real people. We want to have a conversation. We want to talk about the best way for us to align and ultimately do business. But really getting a chance for you to fully understand what it means to partner with us. And that's why we take time to do things like this, where we'll share for a few minutes the best ways that, some people are already doing it and really making it happen. So it's pretty simple. If you were to partner with us, what does it take? I call them the 3 N's. If you can provide us with a customer's name, number, and that they have a need for funding, regardless of what type of program they're looking for, we can handle the transaction from front to back. And I know some people are brokers that are listening to this, and you may be saying to yourself, well, why would I send you a deal and you're going to take over? I'm not necessarily saying that. We can take over if you need us to. We can work the deal from open to close, from gathering initial documents to gaining approval and going over those approvals with the customer, and ultimately closing the deal. But if you have your own sales team or you want to pitch the product, that's totally all good with us as well. Just know that you have the ability to leverage us in either fashion or anywhere in between. And then we always pay our commissions simply the following week after a deal funds, right? So if you fund a deal this week, before the end of next week, you would see your commission. And that's always the way that it works. It's kind of like a paycheck, right? So whatever you fund this week, we're going to get you paid for next week. So let's fund deals weekly, and you'll always get a paycheck from ROK. Don't take my word for it. And in fact, don't just read the reviews that are on the screen in front of you. We have 5 stars or 4.9 or 5-star ratings across the board, whether you're talking about Google, Trustpilot, any of these other sites that are out there that do reviews from like Best Company or anything like that. And that's because of how we do our business. Like I said, a lot of our business 100% of our business comes through other partners, but a lot of it is, brokers and other funding sources that are leveraging what we have and our team to really make the most of things. So if you have a chance and get a chance to click around, please do so, because I think that will benefit you to really understand how you might be able to leverage us, but also give you some confidence in who you're working with and our experience in being able to be successful in partnerships. So feel free to do some research. I wanted to share a couple of these quick success stories or reviews, now success stories with you. But it just gives some insight into who we are and how we do business, right? Some success stories, right? We'll fund deal as little as $5,000, and we fund deals as large as 5 million on the unsecured side, and as large as 25-30 million on the the secured side of business, and even larger than that depending on the transaction. So there's really no cap in terms of what types of loans we're doing or how much money somebody needs. In fact, we have no industry restrictions. There's no minimum FICO credit score. Some programs might have a credit score minimum. For example, like the SBA is a bank style product. They're typically looking at least 640, as the SBA will tell you. I would tell you that if you're looking for an SBA loan right now, you probably want to be over 700 credit score, but that's just me. So, one thing you should know about us is we will certainly let you know what you qualify for, but we also have a lot of data and information to back up why it is that a business owner would qualify for what they received. So if you have questions about a specific deal, if you're looking to gain some insight, we do a lot of types of lending, and we see a lot of different use cases. We work with all different types of businesses. I mean, even if you just take a look at these two success stories here, our first one is plumbing, which is basically the construction industry, but more of a specialized construction. That's a bread and butter industry for us. Technology has certainly become a bread and butter industry for us. I'm not going to say that everyone is, but these two just happen to be. And you see that they're using the funds for completely different things. They're able to leverage our system to get how much money they're looking for, right? Especially today when, approval rates are kind of falling at banks and lenders across the board. It's important to be able to monetize on opportunity, but also be able to offer solutions when others can't, right? And that's what I think makes us unique, is that we have so many solutions, so it can really help you and your customers. So if you are somebody that does want to sign up, or you are looking to partner with us, I promise you I will put this back up at the end once we go through some of the questions in the Q&A here. But I also wanted to give you an opportunity, if you did want to become a partner now, and you had to jump off the call for whatever reason, feel free to scan the QR code on your screen now. That's going to take you to our partner sign up page. When you sign up, you're going to speak with one of the members of our team. They're going to get you access to our portal, just like I was talking about. They'll capture some tax and banking information so that we can get you paid for when you start funding deals. But basically, tell them your story. Let them know how you want to leverage us, or what products or services you feel like would most benefit your network or the business owners that you work with. And let's get rocking, as we say, on this end, because at the end of the day, we're all here to help business owners, and being able to leverage one another to do so is what makes us most effective. I always tell the team, business owners are only as good as the resources they have access to. So let us be a resource for you and the business owners that you work with. I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you do have to jump, I am going to go into the Q&A here. But if you did have to jump, I just wanted to show you where our website is. If you wanted to email our info email, or just call and talk to somebody right now, you could totally do that. And we are more than open to having a conversation. If you are somebody who's already partnered with us, thank you. If you're new, I look forward to working with you. And I will now be jumping into the Q&A so that we can answer some of the questions that you guys have. Just going to stop the share.
And just as a reminder, if you have a question, please put that in the Q&A box and we'll get that answered for you.
No questions. I must be super thorough. Anyone want to ask a question live? Can we enable that? Do you
Nope.
finance over the road trucks? From Sarah Payne. Shout out to Sarah. Thank you for your question. Yes, we finance over the road trucks. Trucks and trailers are a little bit unique. I believe they have like depends on how many miles the truck has, as well as how old the truck is. I'm 99% sure it's got to be newer than 10 years, 10 years old. So anything from 2015 on we'd be able to finance right now. We also do some unique things in that industry, on the equipment side, where just last week we had an approval come through for somebody who was just simply putting a new engine into their truck. So we were able to finance the engine in the truck. We had an anonymous attendee say, describe the credit box. So our credit box is tremendous. I would say we don't really have a minimum credit score. Some of our products might have a minimum credit score inside of that specific product. But as far as getting cash or getting business owners funding, we don't really have a credit box per se. We also don't have any industry restrictions. So if you are somebody that's working with challenged industries or people with challenged credit, we can help in all of those scenarios. Some of our lenders don't even look at credit, and some of the products that we offer are really streamlined so that it's strictly based on the performance of the business. And if we're talking equipment, it's based on the value of the equipment. So if you are somebody that has an equipment deal or a cash deal, let's talk about it. Paul asked, commission percentage range, please, minimum and maximum. So our commission percentage is paid on a revenue share model. And standard, we pay a 10 to 15% revenue share model. But like I mentioned, if you are somebody who's coming through the AACFB here, I'll double that and we'll pay you 30%. That's what we would offer you if we met at the AACFB conference. So we will totally honor that, and we can align. And it's a true revenue share model. So however much is generated in revenue, some of our products are a percentage of the funded amount is what we get paid. Some of our products, there's a fee associated to them. Some are a mixture of both. Depending on what the product is, once a business owner says, hey, I'm going with option X, that's when we would know more about exactly how much commission a deal has on it. But everybody's paid their revenue share model on all deals that they refer. Great question, though.
I have a question. Someone called me this morning. Do you have, like, for newer brokers, do you have a minimum time in business before you would take on a new broker, or will you take on the people that are just getting started?
Wow, this is a great question, and I really appreciate you asking. I think this is where we're probably most effective, is helping new brokers monetize early. There's even some broker networks out there that have aligned with us, that basically anytime they have a new broker would help make an intro over to us, just because of how well we will handhold in the beginning. We know we've sat in the broker seat for a long time, and we know what it takes to be successful. So we're all about being able to crawl, walk, run a relationship, but also help monetize early on some of the leads you're generating, and really help you take advantage of the market that is available, especially as you're getting going. And we have brokers all the time that, in the beginning, they may fund 1 or 2 deals with us. As they get going, that number might get to, 10, 15, 20 deals. And then they're kind of off on their own, where they have their own relationships, they know what they're doing. And then every once in a while, we'll hear from them on a deal they're not able to place. And, we help them get those deals done too. So regardless of your experience as a broker, the answer is yes, we would work with you, even if you started today.
That's awesome. A follow-up question, which I think you kind of answered, but do you have any minimum requirements in terms of volume? Because I know there's some funders that are pulling back from brokers who are not bringing them enough volume.
Well, I think this is a pandemic, Monica, that's going to continue in the industry. I think if we just take a look at kind of the last few years, right prior to the COVID pandemic, I had a really strong feeling that I was voicing with a lot of the people that I talked to about the fact that it's a borrower's market, right? Business owners are in charge right now. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of competition. A lot of lenders are out there offering a lot of different things. And because of that, business owners were able to kind of pick and choose what they wanted. Lines of credit became tremendously popular. Same thing with term loans on our platform, at least more traditional styles of financing. I think that came from the competition that was going on there. But what's really happened recently is there's been a transition. And I now think you're in more of a lender's market where banks have pulled back. Approval ratings are kind of down. And because of that, lenders are going to pick and choose not only the deals they want to do, but the brokers that they want to work with, right? And I think that that's going to continue to be the case, especially as you see more and more regulation creeping its head into alternative funding. You're going to see lenders continue to pull back from the 1-2-man new broker lenders, pull back from the 1-2-man broker shops and, the newer brokers. And it's going to take your ability to leverage different relationships to possibly reach some of these more traditional styles of funding. So for us, there is no minimum. We have 12,000 partners because every one of them pretty much sends one deal a month if we average things out. And that's how we sustain. That's why we see so much volume is nobody's sending us 5,000 opportunities in a month. It's not like we have a partnership with John Deere or, some major partnership that's generating all our business. No, it's all small. Honestly, where it started, if I'm giving you the whole story, it started with bankers and attorneys and CPAs. So they're a big portion of how we do business. But now, like I said, there's a lot of newer brokers and experienced brokers that use the platform as well. But there's no minimum to our platform. You could send us one deal a year or 50 a month. It's going to make us happy either way.
Great. I think that's going to work in your favor in the coming years.
Well, it's definitely unique, right? I think what's happening with a lot of the lenders is they're trying to put their money into underwriting, into really understanding that they're able to help with the servicing of the book, because they've seen some things happen on default rates over the past few years, and because of that, no offense, they've fired the salespeople, and that's where they don't have the manpower to keep up with the brokers that are out there. To be honest, our whole system is built around this type of idea that you're going to leverage us as a third party. And because of that, you have access to our portal, which has training videos and marketing material. I'm not saying that you don't need a point of contact, but you technically don't. You have one there that allows you to do your job, right? And we're going to continue to crank out. Like I said earlier, we have our own webinar series where you can join in. We have live trainings if that's what you're looking for. There's a lot that goes on that we provide that supports that type of alignment. And I think that's where we've separated ourselves a little bit, and people are going to continue to take advantage of it, because let's face it, we're in an industry that's in its infant stage, right? You think about the medical industry or law, those things have been around for thousands and thousands of years. Finance is newer, right? But outside of the bank, finance is super new, right? If you're talking about alternative funding. So when we came to market and we were like, hey, we're going to do business through partnerships, we put all our eggs in the basket of resources behind that. And that's what I think separates us from everybody else, is our ability to service that portion of the market that you're talking about.
All right. Well, it looks like we have answered all the questions, and I did a great job. I want to say a big thanks to all the participants, and especially our valued funding source member and silver sponsor, ROK Financial. Thanks for a great job. We invite everybody to meet with ROK Financial in person at the AACFB annual conference coming up next April in Phoenix, Arizona. Thanks again for joining us and have a great day.
Thank you so much. And as we always say, keep rocking, everybody. Thanks, Monica.
Thanks.